any better. Girl, that man didn't show any ever. Do all I can just to show you.
Hey YouTube, it's your girl Daisha. So as you see, I'm by myself. Quantez is at work. I'm gonna do a lot of these videos like this just to let you guys know. Just like one-on-one, get to know me kind of talks. So today's video will be 10 things that helped me as a young mom. So some of you may know, some of you may not. I had my son when I was 15. I'm now 20. And I had my daughter when I was 18. And the things that I had listed are some things that helped me grow as a young mom, because it's just like it's a lot of stuff that people don't tell you about pregnancy, and maybe they don't tell you because, you know, like, you're young and they don't even think like that's something that is going to happen to you at that moment. And then you may have some people that feel like, oh, well, she had kids, young, let her figure it out. I have ran into a lot of that. So it's a lot of stuff that I learned on my own that I really didn't have a lot of help with, because you know, parenting doesn't come with any type of handbooks. It doesn't come with anything that's going to guarantee that, you know, like, it's going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. Nothing is really going to be easy in life. But, you know, once you get it down packed, like, it's going to be way better for you. So, one thing I learned as a young mother that really helped me was budgeting. Budgeting has saved my life, because it was like to the points where, like, I would get paid, and then it's like, I don't know, for me it was like itching, like, oh, I gotta spend. And it was like, okay, I gotta make sure that I get my kid ABC and 1, 2, 3. So like, before I had, you know, since I had him so young, it's not too many jobs that you can really like do. So like, my very, very first job was like this under the table, like, home health aide job. It was this man that lived probably like 4 blocks down from my dad's home, and his mother was old. She really couldn't do a lot for herself. So my friend's friend told her about it, and she didn't want to do it. So she had told me and my friend about it. So me and my friend was like rotating, you know, like keeping her. And he was paying us like the bare minimum. But if you learn how to budget, and at this time my son was still on milk, so you know, milk is very, very expensive. So what I had to do was basically like, if you moms haven't tried the baby shakes, I put like like the baby food, like a vegetable, then like a fruit, then the milk, and then like a tad bit of cereal. I would do that at nighttime to like put them to sleep, keep them full. I love those. But once I learned, like, okay, if I get paid this certain amount of money this week and I buy him this case of diapers lasts him this long. So this is how. So this will be able to keep this can of milk will be able to, like, you know, last for this long. So then this week I'm gonna have to. A can of milk lasts me like 4 days. Like, my son was fast, so it will just last me like 4 days. But and make sure, like, you put up something, like, you know, when you a mom, you have to really like take sacrifices. Some sacrifices that you're not used to, because when you young and you have a kid, the first thing they say is like, you know, all that you go out the window. And that's true. It's not no more you. It's not no more, you know, okay, I can go to the store and I can spend this on snacks, or I can go to the store and spend this on hair or on nails or this. And it's kind of like, it becomes frustrating at first, because it's new to you. You so used to going to the store and spending money on what you want to spend it on. Is new to you. So yeah, budgeting. Like, get you a notebook, get you a list of bills that you have to, well, probably you don't, if you like still young and, you know, you just had your first kid, you probably don't really have to do the bill thing, because you're probably like still staying with your parents. But right now I'm currently 20, so I stay alone. I mean, I stay on my own home. So like, I learned to budget. I got a planner, and then my planner, like, see, I got 2. One is for school, but that's in my book bag, and the other one is for like personal. So like in my thing, I'm very like organized, which is saying I got like what day, what bill have to be paid. Then my days I have to go to work. Then like see these red dots right here. This is my vacation for this month. So I got like stuff planned for that. A planner will be your best friend. I'm telling you, if you keep one, it's the bomb. But on to the next one. Shop before seasons. If you shop before seasons, you can save so much money. When I first had my I learned this when my son was like 3. So when I first had my daughter, I was just going shopping willy-nilly for her because like I was just so excited I was having a girl. But what I learned to do was, so like say for instance, if it's winter time, I'm in the store or I'm online and I'm shopping for spring and summer stuff because it's so much cheaper. Everyone's thinking about winter. I had already, like last year was a good example. I had already knocked out my winter shopping in July and August. I bought my kids their snowsuits, their boots, their coats, their little jackets just in case it's cold, but it ain't, like too cold. I done got their thermals. I done got their long pajamas. I done got all that already because stuff is way cheaper during that time if you shop before the seasons. That's one way to save money. And then like if you go, say for instance, like you start shopping when it's cold. For one, you're not going to have a big variety of everything because everybody's going to the store for the same thing. 2, everything's going to be way higher than what it normally is because, stores know that that's what you need right now. And for 2, you shouldn't last minute shop anyway for like seasons because you don't, like especially the cold seasons, you don't want to try to go shop for a coat when the weather starts to, go down. So always shop before the seasons. The third one, organization. Telling you, that's the biggest thing that's gonna help you with being a parent. So what I do for my kids, especially if we got like a busy week, so like weeks where I work early, because sometimes I do I'm a secretary, so sometimes I do like 16-hour shifts, 12-hour shifts, and I'm always I'm third shift. So what I would do is, if I know that my kids are going to like their grandma's house or their uncle's house, I always make sure I pack their bag ahead of time. I always make sure that when I fold their clothes, I fold them like in outfits. So all they have to do is just, go pick it out. Or if I do know I have a busy, like my whole week is busy, I will get their clothes out beforehand. I make snack packs to just grab it and go. It's really simple. I make sure that I keep stuff certain places for them. So like say for instance, if I'm doing my work, it's just like a grab and go kind of thing for them. And I keep a lot of buckets. I wish I could show y'all, but it's in my closet. I keep a lot of like storage buckets, so I don't know where everything is at and everything won't be cluttered because I can't do the clutterness. I can't do it. And fourth on my list is patience. You need patience. Little kids can be like super duper annoying. I'm not gonna lie. Like that's why I'm doing this video right now, because my kids get off work late and I gotta be at work at 3 tomorrow. So I'm just trying to get the video, do the video, let you guys know before they wake up. So right now it is March 10th at 8:45. Because they will get up and my daughter will be like, mommy, 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 mommy. And like my son, he's into like this and like building stuff. So he'd be like, Mom, look at my invention. Mom, I built this. Mom. So patience is the key. Don't get too frustrated because sometimes kids can work your last nerve. So my biggest thing is don't get frustrated. It's okay. They're going to annoy you. But don't get frustrated. It's just listen to them. I still get frustrated sometimes though, but I learn to listen and just let them talk and let them tell me what they gotta do, what they want me to know. And fifth on the list is communication. One thing I learned about having my son, which is 5, is that sometimes you just have to listen And then some, like, if they do something that you don't approve of, you have to communicate to them that this is what they're not supposed to do. So say for instance, if your kids are stumping, or say for instance they're doing stuff that they should be doing outside. So like one thing my son do is like throw balls around the house. Me just yell like, stop throwing the balls in the house, is not really, like, it's helping him learn why he shouldn't throw it in the house. And kids are always like, but why? But why? But why? So communication is one thing you need to have with your kids for them to understand that this is not what they're supposed to do. So instead of you like yelling, be like, I'm not telling you don't yell, because like kids gonna still take you there. But one thing I learned is just like explain to them why they shouldn't do it. So okay, he throw balls in the house. Evian, don't throw balls in the house. This is an outside game. You wait till you go outside to throw the balls. You don't throw it inside the house. Something like that. And one biggest thing, this is number 6 on my list. Ignore people opinions. I was very sensitive. I wear all my feelings on my sleeve, and I still I'm trying to get out of that to this day. I sometimes it kind of hurts my feelings that like people feel the need to judge because you didn't had your kids. You didn't had your kid early. Like, everybody doesn't make the best life choices at the moment. And what was getting to me was that, like, you don't know me, but you're judging me because I had my kid early. You don't know me, and you're not getting the chance to know me because I had my kids early. If you get the chance to know me, you will know that me having my kids early doesn't change anything. Like, I'm still a person. I still have feelings, and you're going to hear a lot of people say, you shouldn't have did this, or you shouldn't have did that, and you messed your life up, and you did this and you did that, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop, and it's going to hurt your feelings. You're going to feel like, you're going to regret some of your life decisions, and people are going to make you feel like you are less because you had a kid early. And I'm just here to tell you that does not make you less of a person. I had my son when I was 15. I had to stop going to school my junior year. I got pregnant with him my junior year. I had to stop going to school because I couldn't depend on my dad to take care of my son. And my dad didn't mind, but like them parents that they don't mind helping you, but they still gonna make you feel like super guilty about helping you. And I don't like that. Like, if you gonna help me because you want to help me. Don't help me to throw it up in my face later on. Like, just don't do it. So like, I was literally living McDonald's after I had stopped working because as he got older, he got more expensive going through diapers like this. So after I stopped working that under the table job, I worked at McDonald's. I lived at McDonald's. And what was so crazy is because, like, my manager let me stay there that long. Like, I was there from literally, like, probably 3 o'clock all the way to closing, which was, like, 1 or 2 in the morning. Then I turn around and I come back to do mornings. It's just because, like, I needed him to have them things so I didn't have to really ask my parents for it because, they really, like, like, my mom not really one of them to throw it up in your face, but my dad really was. Like, he was super like, did I have this kid, or I don't blah 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 blah. I had to do it on my own. So just ignore people's opinions. Like, they will say that you can't do this and you can't do that, and you can, because I graduated. Once I did get back into school, I got back to school when I was 18. It was 2007 November. Oh no, I went back to school in August of 2017. And I graduated November of 2017. I was pregnant with my daughter, but I graduated while pregnant with my daughter. After a couple weeks before she had came, me, my son, and her dad, we all moved into our first apartment. So I'm just letting you know, like, this doesn't make or break you. It doesn't stop anything. It doesn't, all that stuff that people tell you, your life is over. Like, just keep pushing, because I have had people say to me, Daisha, I didn't think that you were going to make it. I didn't think you were going to be able to do this and do that. And now, like, they're all stuck because I didn't beat all the odds and all the opinions that they said I couldn't do. I done did it. So don't never let that stop you from keep it pushing. Like, don't let it stop you. Don't feel no type of way about it. Don't let that stuff stop you, because I'm telling you, once you get settled and once you get stable, the biggest feeling is like the greatest feeling is looking at your child and be like, like, mommy really did it. Like, mommy did this all for you. And no matter how many times I wanted to give up, no matter how many times I cried, no matter what, I always made it through for them. Like, and like, kids like appreciate so much, like the little stuff. Like, I had to learn, like, I would go out and I would spend, like, last year I spent so much money on that party that I'm just like, my son didn't care. Like, it's because my daughter was one, so the party was really for my son. But his birthday is the 25th, hers the 23rd of February, so they're super duper close. So I always try to like throw it together. So like, they didn't care. Like, I can give him some cake and keep it pushing. He will be the happiest. Like, I just redid their room, and he was super happy. He was like, and this, I don't think I did was like change the theme of their room, put down some mats or whatever the case may be, and he was just super like happy. It's like, it doesn't take all the stuff that we do for our kids. We try to like break our backs for, like, the expensive stuff. They don't even care. You can get them a box and they gonna be so grateful. And that's one thing I love about kids. Like, their hearts are just the best. But anywho, on to number 7. So set strict times. Time is everything, and you have to make sure that you are on a set schedule. So like, even like, I start nursing school in August, and like, right now I'm trying to get my scheduling together. My son goes to kindergarten this year. I have to find daycare for my daughter. I have to balance my work schedule plus my school schedule plus making time, for family and the kids. So that's like, I just started it right now because I don't want to wait last minute until, it's up there. I mean, it's time for me to start going to school, and then I'm super confused on how I'm going to do ABC and 1, 2, 3. So set a strict time for everything. Make sure, like, I'm not going to even lie to you. I can't get my kids on a bedtime because it's like, they are bugaboos. Like, if my daughter sleep, my son's trying to wake her up. If my son sleep, my daughter trying to wake her up. So one fall asleep before the other, but the other gonna try to wake the other up, and I just don't even stress myself out about it anymore. So I'm trying to like get them on a schedule to where like I cut out nap time, because like, they'll fall asleep by themselves around 12 o'clock, and then they'll get up around 2 or 3, and it's just like party city from there. So it's just like, I don't know what to do. Yeah, I don't know. But I feel like once you set a strict time for things, everything will go according. Like, so like, say for instance, the day before you have to go to some doctor's appointments. So pack their bags the day before. Get their outfits out. Get your outfits out. Get everything you're going to need for their hair out. Make sure you pack a snack, because, you go somewhere and you don't pack a snack for your kids, it's a wrap. Even if you got to put some little candy in your purse to keep them quiet, it's a wrap. I'm telling you, like, you need some snacks, because them kids be acting crazy. My other one is always have a plan B. I grew so frustrated, always trying to figure out, always trying to do plan A, but never had no backup when plan A fails. Always have a plan B, no matter what it is. If your mom say, okay, I could take you to the grocery store today, or today I could watch the kids today, always call your cousin and ask her for backup, or always call somebody else and ask them for backup. If you're not currently driving, if you need a babysitter, always have a plan B, because something can happen last minute, which is not, no one's fault. It can happen to anyone. Always make sure you got a plan B, because so much stuff will get canceled because of that. Then like you just have a plan B. And other one is, don't be scared to ask for help. So with my son, I had a C-section. I had a C-section for both of my kids. But for me, for both my kids, I didn't want help. It's because, like, when you guys are not there, who's going to help me? I don't want to feel like y'all help is needed, because, like, I'm going to be so used to not doing everything on my own because you guys are there to help me. I'm going to start feeling some type of way when I need help. I don't want it. I want to learn, like, I want to learn their cries. I want to learn they signature grunts and hand motions. I want to learn that all on my own. But I'm telling you guys, don't do it. Don't do it. I had complications after with both my C-sections because it was just like I tried to be an independent woman so bad. And I did it, but it was repercussions. Which, like, I had my C-section wound open up. I had relapse. It was horrible, and I got sick. It was just a lot. Like, and sometimes I just wish, like, with my daughter, especially with my daughter that I just let her dad, like, help me more, because, like, he had to quit his job because I had preeclampsia. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I think that's how you say it. And, you know, they was saying, like, oh, you could have a seizure. You just need to relax. My feet was this freaking big. And he had to quit his job because, you know, like, he didn't want to leave me at home with the kids by myself. And I still, like, to this day, like, feel super duper, like, guilty, because, like, if I would have just set my butt down and let him do what he needed to do before he went back to work, then I would have never even, like, went through all of that. So don't be scared to ask for help. And, you know, another thing, this is my last tip, another thing that I found helpful, well, I really just had like a journal, and I like jot down like what I want to do and what times I want to get it done. Like, make a wish board. Always have that that mindset of you're going to get this done. So you set goals and you achieve those goals. Don't get mad because something God threw back, or maybe you can't do it at the time that you plan on doing it. But don't give up. Keep doing it. Keep working towards that goal, because one thing you don't want to do, you don't want to be someone that starts something but can't finish it. So always make sure, like, that you set a goal for yourself and set realistic dates for it. Don't be like, okay, I'm going to become a nurse in 2017, then 2018, I'm going to become a doctor. Like, set realistic goals and make sure you go by them. Make sure if you go on to school for nursing, make sure that you know how long it takes for you to complete that course. Or if you're going to school for anything, make sure you know, like, the period of time you're going to be in school. That's my thing. And some stuff that can help you in the long run. So, like I told you before, I work at a hospital as a secretary, and I had met this really, really super duper nice older lady. She was telling me about some stocks that she was doing, and she was telling me about this app called Acorn. Some people know about it, some people don't. I loved it. I only had put, when I first started, I only had put like $20 into it. Then I got like 80 back. It's just like you could pick everything. So like if you want them to take a certain amount out your bank account every month to help put in the stocks and bonds, you can do that. But it's super freaking helpful, and you could just constantly add like little doses of money in there, and you can watch it stack up, save it, keep it for a rainy day. I really like that app. I'm gonna post a picture of what it looks like at the end of the video, but get it, super cool. And then it's this thing, it's for college savings. Let me see if I can, because I don't know if I put the correct number. Let me see. Okay. Yes, it's called 529 College Savings. she also taught me about this too. So you put money in there, they put money in there, and the more you stack, the more they add. You can save it up for their college fund. So it's just like something that you can't touch. It's not like, okay, I'm gonna put a savings account, then you touch it, like if you need it or whatever the case may be. It's really helpful. So just go on there. I'm gonna put the link in the descriptions. And also, try doing a savings account. You want to save money for your kids, try a savings account, but don't get a card to it. Don't touch it. Just kind of like make a goal for yourself. Like, okay, if you have one kid, like, okay, for this month, I'm going to put 150 in there every month for my kid. Or if you have 2 kids, I'm going to put 100 a piece a month in each kid account or whatever the case may be. Always try to make sure, like, us as like young parents, I think that like we don't really think about the future. Well, I'm not gonna say we don't think about the future. The future, hold on, like we need to think more about the future. Whether we need to plan for it more. We need to make sure that if our kids want to go to college, they got that option. If our kids need something to get their feet planted when they get older, we got that. So that's something that we need to think more about the future. So that'll be the end of my video, guys. It's a little long. I'm sorry. But these are things that help me as a young mom. I've been a mom for 5 years now. And these are the things that really help me. So don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Sorry. Yeah, and I'm going to put those things down for you to let you see what it is. So it's going to be after this. Bye, you guys.